Good day, my name is Louiam Amaya, and for Chapter 6, question number 1 is explain the objectives of development and quality plans. So the objectives are as follows. The success of the project relies on the proper scheduling process during the development phase, and it should be timely and should be strictly followed, and to always be mindful of the manpower resources and correctly apply the budget according to the project size. Next is to recruit members that are willing to finish the work and have the dedication to devote themselves for the completion of the project. Third is to quickly resolve development risk and implement the required appropriate SQA activities, and that this will also play a very big factor in the completion of the project and its quality. Lastly is to properly handle data to have a complete control of the project, and if the leaders or if the leader knows how to handle data and its people, then the assurance to a successful project will be outstanding. Question 2 is to identify the elements of a development plan, and these are the elements. First is the project products specifying deliverables, project interfaces, project methodology and development tools, software development standards, procedures, map of the development process, project milestones, project staff organizations, required development facilities, development risk and risk management actions, control methods, and project cost estimates. Question 3 is to identify the elements of a quality plan. So there are 5 elements of a quality plans, and first is the list of the quality goals, review of the activities, a series of software tests, acceptance tests for software that are externally developed, and lastly is the configuration of management tools and procedures. Last question for Chapter 6 is to discuss the benefits of preparing development and quality plans for internal projects. Preparedness and planning is one of the things that should be taken seriously for a project team for internal projects. It is because the whole team will have the blueprint of the project, and by that the group will have a chance to brainstorm any possible scenarios that will occur during the development process, and think of a possible solutions and apply appropriately the SQA activities, and this will also make the project well established. For Chapter 7, question number 1, describe the various software development models and discuss the difference between them. So first is the software development lifecycle model, or the SDLC model. It displays the major building blocks of the entire development process. It is also described as a linear sequence. The prototyping model is based on the replacement of one or more SDLC model phases by an evolutionary process or evolutionary method, where the prototypes are used for communication between the developer and the users and customers. And next is the spiral model, provides a methodology for ensuring effective performance at each of the SDLC model phases. It involves an iterative process that integrates customer comments and change requirements, risk analysis and resolutions, and software system planning and engineering activities. The object-oriented model also incorporates a very large-scale reuse of software by integrating reusable models into new software systems. Question two is to explain the aspects of verification, validation, and qualification for quality assurance activities. Verification is the process of assessing a system or component to evaluate whether the products of a certain development phase meet the requirements. Conditions placed at the beginning there is also a conditions that are placed at the beginning of the period. Validation is the process of analyzing a system or component beforehand, during, and after it's installed, more toward to the conclusion of development phase to see if it meets the defined requirements. Qualification is the method of determining if a system or a component is fit for operational usage. So for the last question is to describe the model for SQA defect removal, effectiveness, and cost. The following assumptions underpin the model or the development process is sequential, linear like the waterfall model, and each development step introduces a number of new flaws, and various review and testing software assurance activities work as filters, eliminating a proportion of incoming problems while allowing the remainder to go to the next software assurance activity. Incoming defects are the total faults passed from the previous quality assurance activity, and the new defects are introduced during the current development phase. The cost of defect removal is computed by multiplying the number of aspects and the number of defects eliminated by the relative cost of defect model or defect removal. The defects transferred to the customers will be discovered, and comprehensive removal at this stage will require a significant expenditures.